One Financial Markets is an authorized financial service provider both in the UK as well as here in South Africa. My name is Brandon Flynn. I'm a trading educator, technical analyst, and trading coach. Been teaching and training clients to trade on the world's financial markets for the past 8 years now. Today, what I'll be doing is showing you how to use the MetaTrader 4 trading platform. MetaTrader 4, or MT4 as it is also known, has actually become quite a world-renowned trading platform over the last decade. And I think the reason for this is because it has quite a rich set of features, but at the same time it's actually quite easy to use. So what I would suggest whilst we go through this training video together is open up your MetaTrader 4 trading platform alongside this training video, and then you'll be able to pause the video and at the same time practice what we teach you during the course of this lesson. What I'll do is I'll give you an overview of the various aspects of the trading platform, such as the MarketWatch window, Navigator, terminal, and charting windows, and then I'll also show you how to use the drawing tools, menu tabs, and how to place orders using the trading platform. And then at the end I'll also share with you some very useful shortcuts as it pertains to the MetaTrader 4 trading platform. In order to get the latest version of the MetaTrader 4 trading platform, you can visit our website, onefinancialmarkets.com. Click on the Download MT4 tab from here at the top of our website. And then after you've downloaded and installed the trading platform, you'll also need login details, which you can obtain by opening up a live account by clicking on the tab up here on the top right hand side, live account, filling in the online application and submitting your FICA docs. And after your account has been opened up, we will notify you by email within 24 hours. Also in the interim, you might want to apply for a demo account. After you've applied for the demo account online, you'll be sent your login details immediately via email. Right, well, to introduce you, this is the MetaTrader 4 trading platform. Once you've downloaded and installed the trading platform, it'll pop up and look like this. You might also have a few other windows that appear, which you can cancel and close, and then just leave remaining open this login window, which you can see here at the top. If this login window has been closed or you do not see it, you can, from the bottom right hand corner over here, click on these signal bars and then click login, and then you'll have a login window that appears like this, which you can enter in your account details. This over here is your account number, your username. You can enter in your password over here, and then just remember to toggle between the correct servers, whether it be your demo account or your real live trading account that you are looking to log into. For now, we'll just log into a demo account, and then for your convenience, you can also click this checkbox over here, which will save your account information for your convenience, so that when you log in next time, you won't need to enter in your account details. From the bottom right hand corner, once again, you'll see these signal bars change from red to green as they are now. That means that you have connected to your live or your demo trading account. Great. Well, now that you've set up the MetaTrader 4 trading platform and logged in, what I'll just do quickly is give you an overview of the MetaTrader 4 trading platform to familiarize you, and then I'll discuss in detail each of these various aspects afterwards. So firstly, this is the MarketWatch window on the top left hand side, and from the MarketWatch window you'll be able to find the various financial instruments that you might look to trade. Then below that we have the Navigator window, and from the Navigator window you'll find shortcuts to log into your various trading accounts, such as your demo or your live account. You'll also find the various indicators, expert advisors, and from here you'll also have the various scripts which you might look at running on the charts. Then at the bottom, this is what we call the terminal window, and from your terminal window you will be able to access your trading account history, set alerts, and monitor live and pending trades on the market. Then up here in the middle of your trading platform is your charting window, and from your charting window you'll be able to do the various technical analysis and studies and applied drawings on the charts. And then further up here at the top we've got the drawing tools, and these drawing tools you can overlay on the charts, zoom in, zoom out of the charts, and perform various functions on the charts while you are analyzing the markets. Then up here furthermore to the top is the menu tabs, and from the menu tabs you'll be able to access various functionality pertaining to the MetaTrader 4 trading platform as a whole. And up here at the top you will be able to click to open up a new order or a dealing ticket. The shortcut for that is F9. Well, let's get back to the MarketWatch window on the top left hand corner over here. Remember, from the MarketWatch window you'll be able to find the various financial instruments that you might be looking to trade. By scrolling down through this list and selecting the specific financial instrument that you might be looking to trade, let's say for instance you wanted to trade the spot gold market XAU USD, you could right click on that specific financial instrument, click on new order, and a dealing ticket will appear. Remember, the alternative way to open up a dealing ticket would be to click on new order, or alternatively you could also click on F9 as a shortcut to open up a dealing ticket for that specific market. Furthermore, if you wanted to trade a specific financial instrument and it were not appearing from this list, then you could right click on symbols, and then scroll through this navigation tree until you found that specific financial instrument that you might be looking to trade. So let's say for instance you wanted to trade the American dollar paired up against the South African rand. As you can see, this dollar symbol has now been grayed out. However, if we were to double click on that financial instrument, as you can now see, the dollar symbol appears yellow, which means it will then appear from your list within the MarketWatch window here at the bottom. If you wanted to compile a specific list of financial instruments, let's say your favorite list of indices that you might be looking to trade, you could compile your list and then save that as your favorites or your watch list from the MarketWatch window. If you right click on sets, then click on save as, you could then save that list which you have compiled by naming it. Let's say we wanted to name this one favorite indices, click save, and then by right clicking on the MarketWatch window again, clicking on sets, you will then be able to select that list that you have saved. Furthermore, if you wanted specific information pertaining to a financial instrument, you could right click on it, click on specific specification, and then scroll through the information pertaining to that specific financial instrument, the contract size, margin requirements, opening and closing times of the market, etc. If you did not want the MarketWatch window to appear on the top left hand corner over here, as you might want more charting room, then you can quite simply click Control M and that MarketWatch window will disappear from the viewing pane on the top left hand corner. If you forget that shortcut, you can click on View and then click on MarketWatch, and that MarketWatch window will appear or disappear from your viewing pane on the top left hand corner over here. Another way to view a new chart of a specific financial instrument is by simply selecting the financial instrument, dragging it onto the chart, and then you'll see the chart change as you drag that specific financial instrument onto the chart. If you wanted to view a specific market on a tick-by-tick basis, you could quite simply select the specific instrument that you might be looking to view, click on Tick Chart, and then you'll be able to view that specific market on a tick-by-tick basis as the market fluctuates. Let's progress to the Navigator window over here. From the Navigator window, you will be able to view the various accounts you might have saved whilst initially logging into them, your various demo as well as live accounts. And by simply double clicking on the chosen account, you can log in without entering in any further account information if you had decided to save that account information when you initially logged into that account. If you want to change the password for a specific account, you can quite simply right click, click on change password, enter in your current password, enter in a new password, confirm that new password, click OK, and you would then have changed the password for that specific account. Then below accounts, you've got indicators, your various trending, oscillating, and volume-based indicators. If you want to overlay an indicator onto a chart, you can quite simply select the indicator. For instance, if you wanted to overlay Bollinger Bands onto the Euro USD chart, you can drag it onto the chart like this. It will then appear after clicking OK. If you wanted to then remove that indicator, you can simply right click, click on delete indicator window or delete indicator, and that indicator would then be removed from the chart. And then below indicators, you have your various expert advisors. Now, expert advisors are, or EAs as they are also known, are various automated trading functions or automated trading strategies which you can have executed on the charts or from the charts and either alert you of trades or even enter into trades automatically on your behalf without you being present. In order to enable expert advisors, you will need to click on auto trading from the top up here, and when this green play button appears, you will know that you have enabled automated trading. You'll also ideally need to click on tools, options, and then select expert advisors tab, and then after having clicked allow automated trading, you might also want to uncheck these boxes and tick this one over here, allow DLL imports, click OK, and then you will have expert advisors as well as scripts enabled on your charts. Now, scripts are programs that are intended to perform a single action, and unlike an indicator or an expert advisor, which we mentioned previously, that both work continually when they are attached to a chart, a script will stop functioning once it's completed its function. So to give you an example, you could have a risk calculator script which, when executed, would determine your lot size based on a certain percentage risked of your account's balance. Or you could have a script that, when executed, closed out all your orders for a specific currency pair. So basically, a script would enable you to perform a multitude of trading functions all together at once and make your trading quite simply a lot easier. I'll give you an example of a script executed on the chart. You can set your hotkeys, you can customize your scripts, you can plug scripts into the MetaTrader 4 platform. I'll show you over here setting hotkeys, shortcuts to execute the scripts. For instance, you can have Control or Alt and a certain letter, say for instance Control B, Control E or whatever, and then once you've clicked set, then that script will be executed on the chart automatically when you push those buttons. Control E, for instance, will execute the easy order script on the chart. I'll show you how the easy order script works, for instance, as an example of a script. This script allows you to trade by lines with risk-based lot sizing. So you can drag your take profit, your entry level and your stop level all on the chart. Enter in your percentage that you might be looking to risk of your account's balance. Let's say for instance 1% of your account's balance. Click submit, and then you will have an order executed on the chart based on where you placed your entry, placed your stop, and placed your take profit level. And you can even drag the lines on the chart after accepting one-click trading. Confirm your order, and now your take profit would have been changed just by simply dragging the lines on the chart. And likewise your entry and your take profit orders as well can be changed by simply dragging the lines on the chart. And the calculation of your position size would have been done automatically based on the percentage that you entered in of your trading account's balance. Then shortcuts for the Navigator window to appear or disappear from your window pane on the left hand side over here. You can click Control N for the window to disappear, or to have it appear, click Control N again. If you don't remember those shortcuts, you can click View and then select Navigator Window from the Viewing tab up here at the top. I would once again also suggest that you do close your Navigator and MarketWatch windows when you are using your charting window, just to enable you to have more charting space, and we'll do that when we are examining and analyzing a chart further on in this video. Then from here at the bottom of your trading software, you have your terminal window. From your terminal window, you'll be able to set alerts, view your account history, as well as view, modify, and close out existing trades. So let's firstly start with the Alerts tab, where you can right click, click on Create, and then decide on what type of alert you want, whether you just want to be a sound, a program to be opened up, an email to be sent out, or a pop-up on your screen, on what specific financial instrument you want the alert, and how long you want the alert to pend. Let's say for a few minutes, a few hours, or a couple of days, be it above or below a certain bid or ask price, or at a specific time. So let's say, for instance, you wanted an alert on the pound USD below the 1.3 level, and you wanted it to time out after 30 seconds with only 2 iterations. Click OK, and your alert will be set. If you want to modify or delete the alert, you can right click and then decide on how you wish to modify that alert. Then from the Trade tab, which I'll jump to over here, and we'll come back to Account History, you can view any existing open orders in the market, the order reference number, time you opened up the trade, what type of order it was, whether you sold or bought, the size of the order, the symbol that you are trading, what price you entered in at, and your stop loss and take profit, as well as the current market price and your current profit on that specific trade. Then if you wanted to modify that order, you could right click, click Modify, and enter in any stops or take profits on that specific order. Let's say, for instance, you wanted to modify your order with a take profit at 1.0678. You could click Modify, and then that order would then be modified accordingly. If you wanted to close out that order, you could right click and close out the order, or you could simply click on the X over there to take your profit. Your order would then not be appearing anymore as an active order within the market, but you will be able to view it in your account history by clicking on the Account History tab. Over there, you can view that order, $1,300 profit taken on a sell order with the Euro USD. If you wanted to view account statements for a longer period, you could quite simply right click and then decide on which period you would like the statements to be viewed, as well as you're able to save those reports. Just a quick note on the Trade tab over here. You'll have two types of orders that you can view from the Trade tab. Number one, your working orders, and then number two, your pending orders. So to give an example of a working order would be an order that you've placed in the market with a fluctuating profit and or loss, and your working orders will appear above the balance line over here. Then your pending orders, number two, your pending orders would be orders that you've placed to enter in at a specific market price. So to give you a practical example, let's say you wanted to enter in right now at 14 Rand 36 to the American dollar, the USD ZAR currency pair. You clicked buy, This now is a working order. As you can see, this order has a fluctuating profit and or loss on the right hand side over here, where as the market rallies either up or down, that market price will fluctuate accordingly. Then you could place another type of order, which is called a pending order. Let's say, for instance, you want to enter in when and if the rand were to dip down to 14 odd rand. Then you might want to place a pending order to enter in at 14 rand, where maybe you wanted to place a stop loss at 13 rand 50 and a take profit at, let's say, 15 rand to the American dollar. Now, if this order were to this price were to be realized within your specified time period, let's say you wanted this order to pend in the market for 2 days, or you could have it 2 hours or a few minutes, then this order would be taken up as a working order. Click place. Now you've placed a pending order in the market, where if the market price were from now 14 rand 36 were to dip down to 14 rand to the American dollar, your order would then be taken up into the market as a working order with an attached stop loss of 13 rand 50 as well as a take profit of 15 rand to the American dollar. These orders we will go through in more detail as we progress through the lessons. Just some quick shortcuts pertaining to the trading terminal. You can minimize it by double clicking over there, or maximize it by double clicking once again. Alternatively, you can click Control T, and that will be the shortcut to close your trading terminal. If you forget these shortcuts, Control T, then you can visit the View tab from up here at the top and click on Terminal. Once again, I would definitely suggest that you close your trading terminal as well as Navigator and MarketWatch windows in order to maximize your charting space. Great, so let's focus on the charting window where you'll be spending most of your time. As I suggested, it's best to close your MarketWatch, Navigator and Terminal windows. You can use the shortcuts Control T, Control N and Control M, or you can click on the X's over here, or alternatively from View you can get these shortcuts if you forget them. Now what I would suggest is maximizing one of your charting windows, and then you'll be able to select the various financial instruments from the tabs here at the bottom. From here on the right hand side you'll find the different price levels, and then here at the bottom of the chart you'll find the time and date. If you want to scroll left or right on the charts, you can either use your middle scroll wheel up or down, or alternatively you can use your left and right arrow keys on the keyboard. If you want to move forward on a bar by bar basis, then you can click F12 and then you'll see the chart shift on a bar by bar basis. Alternatively, if you want to shift the chart backwards on a bar by bar basis, then you can click Shift and F12, and that will move the chart back on a bar by bar basis backwards. Let me show you how to set up a default template. Let's say you did not want any grid lines or indicators. You wanted to perhaps remove your one-click trading. You could right click on the chart, click on one-click trading. That will remove the one-click trading. Then in order to remove your grid lines, you can push Control G, or alternatively the shortcut, click on the menu tab, charts, and then click on grid in order to remove your grid lines. And then in order to remove the indicators, you can either click on any of the indicators you want to have removed, such as this moving average, and delete the indicator, or alternatively you can click Control I, that's the shortcut to remove the indicators, or alternatively from the menu tab, click on charts and then click on indicators list. There's only one indicator overlaid on the chart, it's this moving average. If we click on it, select it, then delete it, it will be removed from being overlaid on the chart. I would also suggest removing auto scroll, so that if you do scroll to the left of the chart does not automatically jump to the right, which auto scroll does. Then you perhaps might want to select your default time frame that you might want to trade from, let's say the daily chart, by clicking on the D1. You can select the various time frames from here, the tools menu. I'll get into that later. Let's just set up a default chart. So let's say you selected daily and you want a chart shift on. Now chart shift gives you plotting room here to the right of the chart. You see with chart shift unclicked, you do not have plotting room here to the right. So let's have chart shift on. If you wanted more chart shift space, you could move and extend the chart space by extending the space by moving this arrow to the left or to the right. That will give you more chart shift space. So let's say you are now happy with this template as being your default chart. Every time you opened up a new chart, this would be your default template. So in order to save this as your default template, click on this Save Template icon here at the top, and then save your template, naming it Default, and then every time you open up a chart, this template will appear as your default template. You can save as many different charting templates or layouts as you want. Just to give you an example, here's another template, here is yet another template, and each of these templates would be overlaid on the chart simply by clicking on this load template and then choosing your template that you want to load after having saved it. So let's just put it back on the default template. Remember, every time you now open up a chart from your MarketWatch window, your charting template will appear exactly as per this default template. So let me give you an example. Let's say you wanted to open up a chart from your MarketWatch window. Remember, to open up your MarketWatch window, you can push Control M, or alternatively you can click on the menu tab up here, View, and then MarketWatch to open up your MarketWatch window. Let's say you wanted to view a chart of the Swiss franc, USD CHF. Simply right click and then click on Chart Window, and you'll find that the chart opens up exactly as you have saved as your default template. So let me show you a few other useful functions pertaining to the charts. Let's close our MarketWatch window. If you right click on the chart and then click on Properties, you can then set the color scheme to a different color scheme that you might prefer. Let's say black on white, green on black, or however it may be. You can also set the candles, bullish candles to be green, let's say, and bearish candles to be red as an example. I'll show you a template which I have saved already. Black on white background. As you can see over here, the candlesticks have been changed, where green candlesticks are the bullish candlesticks and the bearish candlesticks are these red candlesticks. So let's put this chart back on its default template, which you can do by clicking on the templates, clicking on default, and then as you can now see, the chart has changed to its default layout. So sometimes due to extreme volatility in the market, where you have moves from extreme to the downside and extreme to the upside, the charts get a bit compressed. So in order to change the constraints, as you can see now, we cannot move this chart vertically up or down. So in order to change the constraints, we can quite simply right click on Properties, and then click on Common as opposed to Colors, and then click on Scale Fix. We can set the maximum and minimum constraints of the scale. Let's just leave it as it is. And now, as you can see, we can move this chart vertically to the upside, vertically to the downside, and even change the vertical scale by stretching it accordingly by moving your mouse cursor up here on the right hand side within the pricing section, or vertically down to compress the chart further. If you want to have it back on its default constraints, you can simply double click on the price and the constraints will be set to the default. Let's put those chart constraints back to as they were. Right click, click on Properties, click on Common, and then click off Scale Fix, and then you'll see your chart constraints are as they were by default. And remember, from the tabs here at the bottom, you can select the different financial instruments that you might want to view. So now that I've showed you the charting window, let me show you a few drawing tools which you can apply to the charts. We've shown you how to use the zoom in and zoom out buttons. If you wanted to zoom into the specific chart, you can click on these magnifying glasses to zoom in or zoom out of the particular chart. You can change the charts from being candlestick charts to normal line charts and put it back on to candlesticks. To open up your dealing tickets, you can click on New Order and your dealing tickets will then appear. If you wanted to change the symbol or the financial instrument that you are trading, you can click from this drop down list and select your specific financial instrument that you are looking to trade. Otherwise, whenever you open up the New Order dealing ticket, the dealing ticket will appear as per the chart that you are currently viewing. And also just to briefly go through the two different types of orders, which we'll cover in another training lesson. You have your instant execution and your pending orders. And within your pending orders, you can have four types of orders: your buy limit, buy stop, as well as your sell limit and your sell stops. Buy limit if you're looking to buy below the market, buy stop if you're looking to buy above the market, sell limit if you're looking to sell above the market, and sell stop if you're looking to sell below the market. Then you can also put in your stop losses and take profits, the quantity that you might be looking to trade, the price level at which you're looking to enter in at, as well as how long you want your order to pen in the market. Clicking place will place that order, that pending order, for the period to pen in the market for the period that you have specified. So let's close this dealing ticket and then I'll show you a few more drawing tools on the charts here. Up here at the top you can change the time frame, whether you want to view the charts on a weekly time frame, daily, 4-hour or hourly time frame, which basically means that each candlestick will represent the time frame that you've selected. So in this instance, since we've selected the hourly time frame, each candlestick will represent 1 hour. Let's put it back on the daily chart, whereas now each candlestick represents a 1 hour time frame. You can use icons to mark up the charts with. For instance, if you wanted to add right-hand price label, let's say for an entry, to mark it up on the chart, a left-hand price label to mark your stops, another right-hand price label perhaps to mark your take profit on a chart. You can add other icons, up arrows, etc. You can right-click on any of these icons to configure the properties. First you'll have to double-click, then you can right-click, click arrow properties, and then from common you can change the color, change the size, as well as the parameters. For instance, if you wanted the icon to appear more to the left, you can configure the horizontal axis, or if you wanted the icon to appear at a certain place vertically, you can configure the vertical axis by changing the value. Then in visualization, you can change where you want the icon to appear. For instance, if you only wanted the icon to appear on the daily chart and perhaps the 1 hour chart, then you could select it as follows. Let's leave it to show on all time frames. Click OK, and now as you can see, the icon has been configured. Just make that a lighter color. There we go. If you wanted to remove all your drawings or edit a specific one that might be hard to select, you can push Ctrl B and that will bring up your objects list, and then you can select the specific object that you would like to edit, click on edit, and then edit it accordingly. Alternatively, if you wanted to delete all of the objects, you can select them all, shift and select, click delete, and then all your objects would be deleted. If you wanted to undo that action, you can push Ctrl Z and then undo each of those actions. If you wanted to remove your last action, you can quite simply click backspace and then that will remove your objects in order. So just to go over that again, if you want to add an icon, you can do so from the icons list. If you wanted to remove that icon, you can click backspace. If you wanted to undo your action, Ctrl Z. Let's remove it, click backspace. Let's go through a few other drawing tools. You can add text labels from the charts by clicking on that text label deciding on what text you want to type in, configuring your font size as well as color scheme, where you want the label to appear on the chart and on which time frames, and by double clicking you can move the text label around. If you wanted to draw in a trend line, you could do so by clicking on this icon over here, and then for an upwards trend you'll always want to join the lows, and for a downwards trend you'll always want to join the highs. If you wanted to change this trend line to only appear for the segment that you've drawn it for and not as an extended line, then you can click on parameters and then click on array, and then as you can see the trend line only appears for that segment that you've drawn it for, and that will be the same for all other trend lines that you draw thereafter. It will appear as a segmented as opposed to an extended line. If you want to change the color, you can also right click, click on common, change the color to your preferred color scheme, let's say blue, let's go light blue, and your size. Let's delete all of our drawings. Remember the shortcut Control B brings up all the objects you've drawn on the chart. Let's select all of them, click Shift, select them all, click Delete, and that removes all your objects drawn from the chart. You can also draw in your horizontal support and resistance with this horizontal line over here. For instance, if you wanted to draw in your resistance, let's change the parameters and font colors. Firstly, with the line, normally on a black chart I'll use yellow. It stands out best. Make the line quite thick for a major support and resistance, and the line thinner for a minor support and resistance. If you want to copy any of the objects that you have drawn, you can double click on the object and then click Control, then drag, and as you can see it duplicates the object. This comes in quite handy as well. For instance, if you wanted to draw in a trend line here at the bottom, but you also wanted to make that a channel, you can double click on the object, select it, click Control, and then move the object after selecting it, and as you can see it duplicates it on the chart. And this is true for all icons that you might want to draw on the charts. So for instance, we put a price label up here, double click, push Control and drag, and that duplicates the object on the chart. Then another very handy tool is this crosshair tool. You can select it from the icon by clicking up here at the top, or alternatively you can select it by clicking on your middle scroll wheel on your mouse if you are using a mouse, or from the shortcut Control F on your keyboard. Now as you can see horizontally, this changes the price, and you can view the price horizontally as you drag your crosshair up or down, and then vertically you can see the date and time change accordingly. So if you wanted to ascertain what the price were at a specific point, you can move your crosshair accordingly on the chart. Crosshair has a very useful ruler function as well, which you can use by moving your crosshair to the specific position that you want to measure from, clicking left clicking, and then dragging the cursor accordingly. The first figure that you see over there, now number 9, is the amount of candles. The second figure is the difference in price from your original measuring point to this current point, and then the third figure that you see over there is the price at this specific point, 14.28 being the price at this specific point. So that second figure over there, 41975, is the amount of pips, the difference in price from 14.28 from where we originally measured 13.86. So that would be your difference in price. Then remember the first figure over there being a number 9 is the amount of candles measured from your original measuring point to this current specific point. The candles time frame being the daily being a daily candle on the specific chart would mean that that 9 is representative of 9 days. However, if we were to have the candles on a 1 hourly chart, for instance, that first figure over there would represent the amount of hours that have transpired from your original measuring point to this current measuring point. In this instance, 7 hours, 9 hours, 11 hours, etc. If you were to have your candlestick on, let's say, a 1 minute chart, likewise that would be 10 minutes, etc. Now, the second figure over there is the amount of pips, the difference from your first original measuring point to the specific point over here. Do bear in mind that the fourth decimal that you see over there is actually a point of a decimal. So for instance, the amount of pips over here measured from this specific point to this specific point is actually 459.1, not 4,591, but rather, as I said, 459.1 pips. We'll discuss pips in more details in one of the following training lessons. Let's just show you further how to use this ruler tool as a means to measure risk reward. Let's say you had a target up here at this resistance area and you identified a new trend starting from this possible support area where you anticipated a new upwards trend based on some new higher lows, as well as the inability to make substantially lower highs, and you wanted to enter in around this level over here where price is currently trading at. Place your stops somewhere here below, let's say at this previous low, and perhaps have your targets up here at the top. Your take profit up here, your entry over here, and your stop over here. Let me just draw that in on the chart. So I'll resume this video. You can see I've placed my entry, my stop, and my take profit up here. Now if I wanted to measure the distance from my entry to my stop, as you can see over there, 200 and it will 23, it says 231, but that's actually 23.1 pips. So let's just say I wanted my stop rather up here, a few pips higher, say on 21.5 pips, and I was looking to measure my risk to reward. As you can see, I'm getting more than a 1 to 3 risk reward by targeting 102.1 pips up here at the top. 1:3 would be 63 odd pips. So 63 being over here, 63 odd pips. This would be 1:3 risk reward, and as you can see, we would be targeting much more than 1:3 by targeting 100 odd pips with a risk of only 21 odd pips. So the ruler tool could be used quite usefully as a risk reward measurement to see whether you're getting more than 1:3 risk reward as well. And we'll cover risk reward and risk management in one of the following training videos as well in more detail. If you wanted to have appear on your toolbar up here at the top a specific drawing tool that was not appearing, you can right click over here, these little lines, click customize, and then select the specific tool that you might want to have appear and click insert, and then it would appear from your drawing tools. So as you can see, those two new drawing tools now appear from your drawing tools icons here at the top. Otherwise, you can also click insert, and then according to the specific category, pick your specific drawing tool and then overlay it on the chart accordingly. Shapes, arrows, etc. So we've covered most of the drawing tools. I'll show you a few of the menu tabs. Window, where you can outlay the windows as you might prefer. For instance, if you wanted to tile your windows or have them horizontally appear, vertically, cascade them, etc. Or alternatively, if you wanted just one window to appear maximized, and then select from the different tabs at the bottom. Let's go to the Tools tab from the menu items up here at the top. Click on Options, and I'll show you a few of the functions in some of these tabs which you might want to enable. For instance, if you're wanting to print your charts in color, you might want to enable this color print. For trading, you might want to ensure that one-click trading is ticked over here. And then with your expert advisors, if you do want to enable expert advisors or automated trading as well as your scripts on your charts, you would want to perhaps have the following boxes checked accordingly. Allow automated trading, uncheck these boxes perhaps, as well as clicking allow DLL imports and unticking that box. And then if you wanted to be emailed alerts, then you would have to enable and enter your SMTP server details. Now the email alerts will not be sent from public email servers such as Gmail or Yahoo. However, it should work from most purchased domains where you have your own email hosting plan. Otherwise, the alternative is you can use GMX as a public email server, which does not have the same protocols as Gmail and Yahoo, and GMX does allow for the emails to be sent from the MT4 trading server. So if you filled in the SMTP server login and password details, then you could have the alerts sent from your GMX account if you signed up for one. Or alternatively, as I said, from a normal domain which you have your own hosting plan with. The Charts tab, most of the same functions that you can find by right-clicking on the chart and deciding on which function you want to enable. Insert and View we've covered mostly already. I'll highlight this one though. Full screen comes also quite in handy if you are wanting extra charting window space. That's F11, which can be used as a shortcut as well. Let's discuss the File tab from at the top up here from the menu items. Printing, self-explanatory. Another way to log into your trading account. And then if you want to save a picture of your chart, perhaps as your active chart as is, you can simply click OK, name your chart, and then you would have saved that chart as a picture which you can reference at a later stage. And then lastly, I'll show you how to save different profiles, or in other words different layouts. Let's say for instance you had this layout over here where you had these 5 tabs at the bottom, but you had another layout where you wanted to include, let's say, the Euro JPY charting window, and perhaps you wanted your charts to appear all tiled. Whenever you opened up this specific layout, you can quite simply click File, click on Profile, save as your new layout, or whatever you want to save that profile name as, and then if you want to go back to that profile at any given stage, click on Profiles and then choose the new layout that you have saved here at the bottom. So I'll go to another layout, for instance. There's one layout. Another way of selecting your profiles, let's just close that MarketWatch window. Another way of selecting your profiles is from here at the bottom. Let's go back to that new layout which we just saved. Etc. Which makes it a lot easier every time you log into your trading platform. You don't have to go about setting out your layout and how you want the charts to appear. You can just go to your preferred layout, save your time, and click on that preferred layout, and then have your charts appear exactly as you have laid them out previously. Let's go back to our previous chart. Maximize it. You see if we had entered into that, it's been doing quite well over the last hour. You might want to look at moving those stops tighter as the chart moves in, as the price moves in your favor. Well, that concludes this training video. What I would suggest is practicing the functions and shortcuts and using your drawing tools by pausing this video and watching it again and getting accustomed to using the trading platform through practice. What I'll do is I'll bring up the shortcuts that we've discussed as well, and some others that were not discussed, and then you can pause this video and go through the various shortcuts in your own time. What I've done is highlighted a few of the main shortcuts that you might look at using quite commonly. So if you pause this video and practice these shortcuts, then when you are trading using your platform, it will make things a lot easier. Go to the next page. Once again, as you can see, I've highlighted some of the common shortcuts here on this page for you. And if you pause this video and practice these shortcuts, then it will make your trading a lot easier when using the MetaTrader 4 trading platform. Well, thanks for watching, and remember to watch our next training video in this series, the beginner's training series, entitled Basic Trading Concepts, Terminology and Principles.